sports all plays. Yeah. Hard sports all plays. Hard sports all plays. 365, we making a plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. Hard sports all plays.
What's happening, everybody? Welcome to Easy Money, a sports betting show. Tuesday, October 24th, 2023. I'm Chris Gonzalez, joined by Tony Gonzalez. How's it going?
Going pretty good. Not very good on my picks last night. It was 0-4.
I didn't have a good day on my picks yesterday either. I went 0-4, but I think I was 1-3. I'll double check here in just a second. Trying to get a couple things fixed here. Yeah, I was 1-3 yesterday. That puts my record at 547 and 423 on the year.
You took Texas, didn't you?
Yes.
I took Houston. You got Texas right. And that was the difference.
Yeah, I had the Phillies, which got beat. I had the Rangers, who won. I had the 49ers -7, who lost.
Well, you got.
And then I took the Sabres over the Canadians, and the Canadians won that game.
3-1, yep. Tonight, every hockey team in the league plays tonight.
Yeah, I saw there was a big slate of hockey games.
Yeah, they got like 3 games on ESPN tonight.
And did you see what they're doing on ESPN too? I figured you might check that out. They're starting. It's going to be like the NFL Red Zone channel. It's what's it called? Something Frenzy. And they're going to cover. They'll cover like all the hockey games tonight, and it's going to be like a Red Zone style channel. It's going to be on ESPN too. So that might be pretty cool, especially for hockey fans to be able to keep up on all the games.
Yeah,
it's Something Frenzy. I forget what they're calling it now.
I just seen the ad for it, but I forget.
But yeah, I saw that. I thought that was a pretty good idea. One thing that didn't make a whole lot of sense to me is NBA kicks off tonight.
Yep.
And you only have 2 games.
Yep.
You would think that opening day it'd be like other sports, and you have, well, I guess football. I guess NFL does that too. Their opening night is basically a Thursday night game. It's just one game.
Yeah.
And then they have then that Sunday is when everybody plays. But I don't know. I don't know. Your opening day, you would think you'd have like almost everybody play, like baseball. Everybody plays on opening day. I think hockey about everybody played. Or did they do this? I think they just had a couple games that night, didn't they?
Wasn't everybody, but they had a few, yeah. Glenn won again. A VIP Xfinity pass. Cool. Awesome, Glenn. Congratulations.
Yeah, how's it going, Glenn? He's always winning something. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Be in the garage.
Yeah.
All right. But yes, I thought that. Then you had the Vikings beat the 49ers. Now everybody's starting to turn on Brock Purdy that he's no good because he's lost a couple of games. I think people forget every quarterback in the league has lost and has some games where they haven't looked their best. He didn't play terrible last night. I know he ended up with 2 interceptions. That last interception was more of a, I mean, you're trying to make a play, game's on the line, you're trying to make a play, but I mean, if you looked at the number, it wasn't bad. From what I'm seeing, I didn't see a lot of I didn't see a lot of their last week game that they lost against Cleveland. I saw a little bit of, I didn't see much of it. I watched a lot of that game last night. To me, the problem with the 49ers the last 2 weeks has been they usually out physical people at the offensive line and defensive line. Last two games they haven't. They didn't have 1 sack last night against the Minnesota Vikings, a team that offensive line hasn't been real great this season. You didn't have 1 sack. They haven't been getting that pressure with their defensive line like they were earlier in the season, and their offensive line hasn't been able to get off the ball like they have. I know you have some injuries and stuff, but if you're just trying to put these 2 losses on Brock Purdy, you haven't watched the games, or you don't know much about football.
No, because they haven't been able to run the football the last 2 weeks, and they're a run football team first. I mean, in my opinion, and they haven't been able to run. McCaffrey only like 50 yards yesterday. They didn't have a whole lot of yards the week. Of course, he got hurt against Cleveland. They didn't have a lot of yards that game running. Yeah, their physicality has been off, and that's what their team's based on. And Purdy's there to complement that. Now, some people, Purdy was a possible MVP after 5 games. Well, people, get excited too soon sometimes. I still think Purdy's a good quarterback.
Well, I think he should have been an MVP
after 5 games.
The way he was playing.
Yeah, after 5 games, I agree. But like I said, it's a long season.
But nobody wants to talk about that first drive of the game. San Francisco has the ball in plus territory, looking like they're going to score points. Christian McCaffrey fumbles the ball.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So I mean, did Purdy play his best game? No, but it wasn't like it was just his mistakes that was costing the team. There was other mistakes that hurt the 49ers.
I agree. I agree. It was a team loss. The quarterbacks get too much credit, and they definitely get too much blame.
And I still think the 49ers are going to be a team that's going to be there toward the end.
If they get healthy, I think they will be. I definitely do. Really, nobody's in the NFL setting the world on fire. I mean, Miami's looked good at times. Philadelphia's, I don't think they've looked as good as last year. Of course, they've only lost 1 game. Kansas City, I don't think has looked. I think their defense is a lot better, so that could be a real good sign for them.
Their offense looks like it's starting to come around.
Yep. But they've only lost 1 game. So I think them are the 2 favorites right now, but we'll see.
Yeah. Right now I would say the Chiefs are probably the team now I would say is probably playing the most consistent. Just because the last 2 or 3 weeks their offenses looked like it start and their defense has been pretty good all season. And of course you're the defending champs, so but the Eagles are a tough team. They're going to be in games. They're not an easy win. You saw what they were able to do against the Dolphins offense. They've been dominating a lot of teams. I still think the 49ers are going to be a tough out for anybody. Like I said, you're going to lose games. What was it? Was it 1972 or something? The last time there's been a team to go undefeated and win the Super Bowl. I know the Patriots went undefeated 1 year during the regular season, but they didn't win the Super Bowl. So I mean, it's not like it's something common for teams not to lose a game, and team loses a game and people freak out.
Did you see the breaking news? Bob Melvin, the coach of San Diego Padres, is no longer the coach of the San Diego Padres. He's now the coach of the manager of the San Francisco Giants.
I knew that they had gave him the Giants permission to talk to him, but no, I hadn't seen that they.
He's the new manager of the Giants.
But yeah, I did see that they gave him permission to talk to him.
What'd you think of that baseball game last night?
I still think the Giants made a mistake by getting rid of Kepler, but that's Rangers jumped out on the Astros quick and
never stopped.
No, and I think the Rangers are going to be a tough out. They're going to have to play a little better at home, having the home field advantage in the World Series. It's going to be interesting what happens in tonight's game, but no. And what's his name? That Garcia for the Rangers has been on fire.
Yeah,
I mean,
yes.
hit a grand slam Sunday night to help win that game, and then come up last night, hit a home run, got a home run. He's been on fire.
I think it was 4 for 4, wasn't he, last night?
I think so. And then you have that rookie. Of course, I'm not going to think of his name now. They talked to him after the game last night. He didn't come up from the minors till like September, and he's had a great playoffs. Not just in that series, but he's been a big part of the Rangers' success in the playoffs too. So I mean, they've had guys step up. With the pitching injuries they had this year, I mean, with DeGrom being out, Scherzer missing time,
Yeah, who would have thought?
I mean, and then the way the Rangers were playing toward the end of the season, I mean, they led their division the whole year, and then fell apart toward the end of the season. And Astros ended up coming back and winning that division, and then for them to be able to the run that they went on to get to the playoffs. I mean, not the playoffs, to get to the World Series. I mean, you beat a Baltimore team who was had been one of the best teams in the American League all year. Yeah. Then you go through the defending champions, the Astros.
You beat them all 4 games at Houston. That's unbelievable. Houston's a great team, man. I don't know what happened. I thought they had the right pitching matchup. I wouldn't sold on Texas pitcher yesterday because, he's a great pitcher, but, just coming back from injury, and he didn't pitch real great either. Pitched better than he did the game before, but they took him out in after a couple innings, brought Montgomery in. I mean, that's the thing for Texas. Their number 3 and 4 guys, buzzer number 3 and 4 guys during the season stepped up and led them, and that's the reason they're in the position that they're in. They jumped on Houston and it's never stopped, and that's what they had to do to win that game. So hats off to Texas Rangers.
Well, we'll talk about that here in just a second. I was getting ready to ask you who you got tonight, but we'll talk about that here in just a minute. Tonight got one baseball game, got a couple college football games, and then also got NBA, and a big slate of hockey games. So, if you're a sports fan, quite a bit on tonight. All right, give me 1 second. I'll get this pulled up. All right, well, we'll start with the baseball game, Game 7, National League Championship Series. Arizona Diamondbacks at the Philadelphia Phillies. Waiting on it to pop up here real quick. All right? The Phillies are 1.5 run favorites at home. They're minus 168 on the money line. The Diamondbacks are plus 142 on the money line. Over under is at 8 runs. On the mound for the Diamondbacks is going to be Pleat. He is 0-0 with a 2.13 ERA in the playoffs. During the regular season, he was 3-9 with a 5.72 ERA. On the mound for the Phillies is going to be Suarez. He's 1-0 with a 0.64 ERA in the playoffs. And then in the regular season, he was 4-6 with a 4.18 ERA. I know the Diamondbacks was able to win last night in Philly. I don't see Philly, like I said this yesterday, I just don't see Philly losing 2 games at home to lose this series. I think Phillies have a little bit better pitcher going on the starting tonight. So I'm going with the Phillies on the money line tonight. I think it's going to be Rangers and Phillies in the World Series.
I want Arizona to win. The only chance they've got to do the same thing they did yesterday. They got to jump on them quick, early. And get the lead and put pressure on Philly. That's the only chance they got.
That's what I've been saying since the start of the series, especially in Philly.
Yeah. That's the only chance they've got. Of course, I told you early on I wanted Arizona and Texas. Not that I'm a fan of either one of any of these teams necessarily. I was hoping to be Arizona and Texas just to see different teams in the World Series. But I'm going to go with Philly in the money line. I think they got the better pitcher matchup. So that's where I'm going to
go. I like the Phillies as well. And then we'll go over to college. We'll go to college football first. Got a couple games here. Got New Mexico State against Louisiana Tech. I jumped to a different game. New Mexico State at Louisiana Tech. Louisiana Tech is a -3 favorite, minus 154 on the money line. New Mexico State is plus 128 on the money line. Over under for this game is at 54.5. Points. New Mexico State is 5-3, 3-1 in the conference. Louisiana Tech is 3-5, 2-2 in the conference. I was surprised that Louisiana Tech is the favorite in this game. I guess they're the favorite because they're at home. But if you look, New Mexico State offense is a little bit better than Louisiana Tech. Liberty's next game, but I'm going with New Mexico State here at the +3. I think New Mexico State's the better team. I know they're on the road, but I'm going New Mexico State at the +3. I took New Mexico State last week and I won with them last week, so I'm going to go with them again this week at the +3. Next college game, you have Liberty at Western Kentucky. Liberty's a 4.5-point favorite. Ooh, that's went down. That was 5.5 earlier this morning. So that's went to 4.5. So it's moving toward Western Kentucky a little bit. Liberty's -200 on the money line. Western Kentucky is +164 on the money line. Over-unders at 61.5. Liberty is 7-0 on the season, 5-0 in the conference. Western Kentucky is 4-3 on the season, 2-1 in the conference. Both teams have pretty good offenses. Liberty has the better, I think, in my opinion, has a better defense. I'm going with Liberty at the -4.5. I was going to go with them at the -5.5. So I'm gonna stay with them at the -4.5. Did you do any college football today?
I didn't do any college football. Probably should have, not did NBA, but I did NBA instead, and some hockey.
All right, well let's jump over. We'll jump over to hockey next. I got a few picks in hockey for tonight. I'm going with the first game. I'm going with you have Toronto Maple Leafs out to Washington Capitals. Maple Leafs are 1.5 favorites on the puck line, -176 on the money line. Capitals are +146 on the money line. Over-unders at 6.5 runs. I like the Maple Leafs here on the money line. Next game I'm going to go with is going to be the Dallas Stars at the Pittsburgh Penguins. Stars are 1.5 favorites on the puck line. -130 on the money line. Penguins are +108 on the money line. I'm going with the Stars here on the money line at the -130. Next game, I'm going with Avalanche at the Islanders. Avalanche are your -142 favorites on the money line. I like the Avalanche in this game. I don't think the Avalanche has lost yet, so I was kind of surprised that there's not bigger favorites in this game. And in my last game for me, I'm going to take the Detroit Red Wings over the Seattle Kraken. Red Wings are -125 on the money line, and the Kraken are +104 on the money line. So in hockey tonight, I'm going Maple Leafs money line, Stars money line, Avalanche money line, and the Detroit Red Wings on the money line.
I think Red Wings are undefeated also, I believe. Remember,
either undefeated or it only lost one to two.
I only did 2 hockey picks. I did Arizona at the LA Kings. I'm going to take the Kings money line. And then I did Philadelphia at the Vegas Golden Knights. I'm going to take the Vegas Golden Knights money line. That's an 11 o'clock game. And I found out why, because they got 3 games on ESPN, 6:30, 8:30, and 11.
All right, then NBA tonight, like I said, starts off the regular season. Only have 2 games tonight. All right. We should be back. I don't know what happened there. Mike went off for a minute, but all right. I'll start over here. Lakers against the Nuggets. The Nuggets are 5.5-point favorites at home.
Talk about the
-200 on the money line. Lakers are +168 on the money line. Over-under is at 228.5. Is the sound back on now, Glenn? It's showing me it is anyway, so hopefully it is back on. Yeah. Oh, yep. Glenn said yes. Cool.
Thank you.
I like the Nuggets here. That was a 5. It's went up to 5.5 since earlier.
Okay.
But no, I like the Nuggets here at home. I mean, last time we saw the Nuggets play the Lakers, they swept them. I know that was last season.
Yeah.
This is a new season.
New
I
teams.
like this Nugget. I like the Nuggets team. They have most of their guys back. So I'm going with the Nuggets at the -5.5. Other game tonight, you have the Suns and the Warriors. This has changed a little bit too, but the Warriors are 2-point favorites. At home, -136 on the money line. The Suns are +116 on the money line. Over-unders at 234. For the Suns, it looks like Booker's going to play. Durant's playing. Booker was questionable with like a toe injury. From what I just heard a little bit ago, he's playing. But Bradley Beal's probably going to be out, so they're not going to have their big three. But also, Draymond Green's out for is out for the Warriors tonight. I think that could have a little effect. But Warriors being at home, I like the Warriors here at the -2.
Yeah, I went with in the NBA. I went Denver. I went with them -5.5, and then I went Golden State on the money line. Is what I did with my picks, and I'm gonna make a prediction. Probably the two favorites. I don't know, but for the NBA Finals, I'm going with Denver and Milwaukee. Of course, depends on if you stay healthy.
Milwaukee just signed Giannis to an extension.
That's going to be my pick for the finals. And they're probably the two favorites. So I'm not saying.
Yeah, I would say they're the two favorites.
But you got to stay healthy. A lot of things can. And there's some good teams. Should be an interesting year.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what the Pacers are going to look like. I think we're going to be better than we were last year. Last year was a better season than the year before. I think it's going to be the same this year. Hopefully we can make the playoffs this year. But yeah, so we'll get to see that. We'll get to see what they look like tomorrow as they play the Wizards in their first game.
Oh yeah, should be interesting. Should be an interesting season. I thought the NBA playoffs were, and I'm not a huge NBA fan no more. I thought the playoffs last year were pretty good. So let's see if they can build on that for this season. Yeah. And the baseball playoffs hadn't been real good, but it really stepped up these last two series.
That's what I was going to say. The championship series, both series ended up being pretty good. But before that, the series hadn't been real competitive. And it didn't look like these series was going to be competitive as you had the Phillies jump out to a 2-0 lead, and the Rangers jump out to a 2-0 lead. Look like you might get a sweep or two, and then now both of them went to 7 games. So.
If it ends up, let's say Philly wins, you think Philly will be the favorite since they were there last year?
Probably.
I don't think it'll be a big favorite. Do you?
No, I think it'll be a real good series.
And if it's Arizona, I think will be a huge underdog.
Yeah, I do too. And if it's Arizona, the key for them is going to be, again, try to get out to an early lead, put the pressure on the other team, and especially when you're on the road, try to take that crowd out of it a little bit. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. We'll see what happens tonight. Diamondbacks, Phillies, Game 7.
Oh, also, Dusty Baker retired.
Yep. Yeah, he retired last night after they lost.
Yeah, he's 70-some years old, and I guess he's had some health issues. So congratulations to him. He got him a championship last year, and never got the job done with the Reds. Pissed me off, but pretty good manager.
Yeah, a lot of success.
Good ball player.
A lot of success with the Giants. A lot of success as a manager, with the Astros. But had a little bit of hard times there with the Reds.
Just never could get over the hump.
Was he with the Cubs for a little bit too, or not?
I think he played baseball for the Cubs. Okay. But I don't know if he managed.
For some reason, I was thinking maybe he managed, but I can't remember for sure.
I think Dusty was a great baseball player.
Yeah. I know he was known there for a while of burning pitchers out.
Yeah.
Glenn says take the Pacers over on the win total.
Wonder what it is. What is the win total?
I'm not sure.
I think they're going to make the playoffs, and I think they're going to finish as high as 5th or 6th. I know that's a bold prediction, but I really, if they stay healthy, I really believe in this team. I think they're going to get better defensively. I think they got some big guys that's going to come in and help the team. I'm pretty excited about the Pacers. We'll see. I hope I'm not wrong.
Let's see. Pacers 39.5 is what their win total is set at
I'm hoping for
regular season. 39.
I'm hoping for about 46 wins at least.
I like the over 39.5 because what we were pretty close to that last year, weren't we?
36 maybe.
So I like the 39. I do like the over on the win total there. Glenn said he thinks he was there in the Bartman incident.
He might have been.
Yeah, like I said, I'm pretty sure he was, but for some reason I can't remember 100% for sure. But I thought he was with the Cubs for a little while.
Heard that clicking, Chris.
That's it. We're still.
I just heard a click.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Oh yes, he did. He was with the Cubs. He was with the Astros, the Nationals, the Reds, the Cubs, and the Giants as a manager. He was with the Cubs from 2003 to 2006.
Who did he play for? Does it say? I know he played Dodgers. And I'm thinking he played for the Cubs too, but I could be wrong.
I can tell you.
I think he may have played for the Giants too.
He played 19 seasons, most notably with the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Glenn says he played with the Yankees.
Let's see. As a player, it says Atlanta Braves, Los Angeles Dodgers, San Francisco Giants, and the Oakland Athletics. As a manager, San Francisco Giants, Chicago Cubs, Cincinnati Reds, Washington Nationals, and then the Houston Astros. And as a coach, he had a stint with the Giants as just a coach as well, and not the manager. Career highlights: he was a two-time All-Star in 81 and 82, two-time World Series champion 1981 and 2022, National League Championship Series MVP, Golden Glove Award winner in 81, two-time Silver Slugger Award, and three-time National League Manager of the Year winner. He was also in the Marines. Served in the Marines from 68 to 74. Was a corporal.
He was a great player. I remember as a kid having his baseball card. Shows you how old I am. He played with the Dodgers. He thought Yankees, but during that series.
Yeah. It's hard when they start bouncing around like that. It's hard to remember, especially when it's been that long ago. It's hard to remember all the teams. I had to look it up on Wikipedia. I ain't gonna lie. I knew he played for the Giants and the Dodgers, but I couldn't remember what other teams. I was pretty sure he'd managed the Cubs there for a little while as well. Because I remember Cubs fans bitching about him running some of their pitchers' arms. And then he came to the Reds and got us to the playoffs. And we got no hit in the playoffs one year with them. We just couldn't ever get over that hump with them.
When does the Pacers play this week?
Tomorrow. Their first game tomorrow at home against the Washington Wizards.
Glenn, what are you doing Thursday? You should come over to the Dub Thursday night if you're not doing anything.
Yeah, speaking of that, if you're before we do get out of here, if you're a pro wrestling fan, big show. 1151 Kentucky Avenue, Indianapolis, Indiana, Thursday night. Thunder from the Crypt. Should be a good show. Has a great card lined up. I know there was one change on it, but other than that, everything else has stayed the same. Got some former Impact guys and former Impact World Champion Michael Elgin.
Yep.
Yeah, Glenn, we're going to be there.
Yeah, we'll be there.
Don't know if we'll be. I'm going to say we're probably not going to be live because I don't think we're going to be able to get internet there. So it's probably going to be one that we'll have to record and then air a day or two later. But we are going to be there. Yeah, Michael Elgin, who's a former was it TNA when he was there? TNA Impact World Champion.
I think it was Impact.
He's been in the ring. I mean, he's been in the ring with a lot of the big stars you see on TV. Some of the guys that have been world champions and stuff. Dude's good.
Huge in Ring of Honor, huge in Japan.
And then we saw. Trying to remember.
Guy's going to be in the main event. Been with Impact Wrestling. Jake Christ.
Yeah, you got Jake Chris. He's been with Impact. He's
going to be a great main event
against Dex Royal, who's been all over the place. Shane Mercer, who's wrestles a lot of places, going to be against Diamond, who was just on him. Just made his Impact debut Sunday night
at that taping. Yeah, so going to be a great show. It's all first time matches. These guys are all guys that's never faced each other anywhere before. So it's really going to be a really cool card.
Dalton Love, who's the DCCW heavyweight champion, going to be facing Brutus Dillon, the guy we got to see for the first. I know the first time I saw him was about a month ago or so. So
wrestles a lot up north.
But those should be a great card. So check that out. If you can't make it, keep an eye out. I'll be posting when we're going to air it.
Yeah, the show starts at doors open 6:30. Show starts at 7:30. General admission tickets are 10. Front row are 15.
Yeah, should be a real good show.
And we got a big show Sunday. Warrior Pro.
Yeah, Warrior Pro Wrestling on Sunday. I know at least one match I saw was going to be Logan Myers and against President Jeremy Hadley. That should be that should be a good one. So
Cecil Cerveza is going for a title against my favorite Jesse Winchester. He's going for that belt. So gonna be some good matches. It's gonna be an interesting show.
Glenn, we'll probably be taping it.
Yep, that's what he said.
He said that Logan to see Jimi Hendrix.
That's what he said. You never know what Hadley's gonna say.
All right, before we get out of here, I'll go over my picks one more time. My record is 547 and 423 on the year. Didn't have a great day yesterday. Picks were 1-3 yesterday. Hoping to jump back on the wagon today. Major League Baseball tonight. I like the Phillies money line over the Diamondbacks to win the National League Championship Series. College football, I like New Mexico State at the +3 against Louisiana Tech. I like Liberty at the -4.5 against Western Kentucky. And NHL hockey tonight, I like the Maple Leafs money line over the Capitals, the Stars money line over the Penguins, the Avalanche money line over the Islanders, and the Red Wings money line over the Kraken. And in NBA tonight, you have two games kicking off the regular season. I like the Nuggets at the -5.5 against the Los Angeles Lakers, and I like the Warriors at the -2 at home against the Phoenix Suns. Please check out Easy Money, a sports betting show. We're live Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern. Like and subscribe. Follow on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, all at Gonzo Sports Room. Do you have anything else before we get out of here for today?
No, I don't think so.
Like I said, got quite a few games tonight, especially if you like hockey. Got a big baseball game tonight. See who goes to the World Series to face the Rangers. A couple college football games, and then a couple NBA games to kick off the NBA regular season. Have a full slate of NBA games for tomorrow. I know there's some college football tomorrow as well, so that's probably going to be. And then I'm sure there's hockey, so that's probably the three main sports tomorrow. With no NFL tomorrow, and then no baseball tomorrow. World Series starts up on Friday, and then of course you got NFL starting back up Thursday night with the Thursday night football game. But we appreciate everybody watching. If you missed GWR last night, it was a different time. It was at 9:00 last night instead of 6:30. You can find out on our YouTube and Facebook pages at Gonzo Sports Room. Go check it out. Walter Buckley, founder of Thunder or Blunder, the wrestling show we were just talking about, it takes place on Thursday. He joined us, talked about that show a little bit. Plus, we talked about AEW, WWE, talked about AACW, Eternal Excellence Rumble that we was at over the weekend. So go check that out. But we appreciate everybody joining us. This has been Easy Money, a sports betting show. We'll be back tomorrow right around 3 o'clock with another episode. Hope everybody has a great night, and we'll see you next time.